hi there. Thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome back to our Growth Strategies for Small Law Firms Partner Series. I'm Cara Pryor, President of James Publishing, founder of our Marketing Amplifier program. We're thrilled to have Nataliya Blidy with us this week. She's a business development specialist at SmartAdvocate. Welcome, Nataliya. Thank you so much for being here.
Happy to be here. Thank you, Cara.
Yeah, bummer. If you're on early, you know that we had a little bit of some technical difficulties. That's why you can't see Nataliya, unfortunately, this morning. But hopefully you can hear loud and clear, and we're working on that. So hopefully it might resolve by the end of the presentation. But I want to mention SmartAdvocate is an award-winning legal case management software that makes your firm more efficient and more profitable. That's what we all want, right? So today we're going to share some specific use today strategies for really automating your firm. You know, the word automation, it tends to be thrown around pretty loosely, right? It's a bit buzzy, but when you cut through all the noise and really focus on how you can remove many of those time-consuming, really repetitive manual tasks, you create a real competitive advantage for yourself. Lead flow, new client flow, client satisfaction, all go through the roof. But where do you start, right? That's what I hear all the time. Where do you start with automation? So today I'm going to show you how to automate your communication with prospects, your communication with new clients and past clients, as well as with your referral sources to drive more calls, drive more business. Then Nataliya will share automation best practices to really help you increase your firm's overall efficiency, accuracy, and of course, client satisfaction. So quick note before we dive in, we'll have an open Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So please submit your questions at any time through, you can really submit them anytime throughout the session. Just use that Zoom chat function. You should see it near the bottom of your screen somewhere. Ask us anything and we'll answer them at the end. Okay, so let's dive in. How automation can transform your law firm. So starting with automated sequences that drive calls from prospects. So I always like to say, send prospects to funnels, not your homepage. What does that mean? So most lawyers, they're sending traffic to their homepages, sort of lessening their response. Instead, many sophisticated online marketers use targeted landing pages followed by a nurturing sequence. It's simply more effective. So the vast majority of the attorneys that I speak with send their paid traffic, send all of their leads to their website's homepage, right? And homepages, they tend to be just too general, right? They have too many distractions. Instead, you should be sending your traffic to a landing page tailored specifically toward, the traffic source, right? So the landing page should allow two options only. Leave the page or respond to whatever your call to action is, whatever you would like them to do. So I like to show examples. Let me show you a specific example of what I'm talking about. So here, notice the very specific focus on motorcycle accidents. You don't see anything about auto accidents, nothing about slip and fall, nursing home med mal, nothing about any other type of injury case, right? There's also an absence of a navigation bar or any other links at the top of the page, right? This really eliminates those distractions. You'll see sort of proof of competence. So two simple statements here really attest to Mr. Gomez's competence. Some social proof statements would really enhance this, testimonials, maybe you pull a couple of your positive online reviews. Direct, targeted, and simple. Those are the keys to a really good landing page. So what I'm showing you now is we prefer to offer lead magnets on your landing page. This is when, a lot of the automation really starts kicking in. So here on the slide is an example of one of the landing pages that we provide to our subscribers. But, it's a proven way to really increase your response. The response is far higher when you offer a valuable, landing page. So it obviously allows you to automatically add names to your prospect list, build your email list. You pull in those who aren't quite ready to act, but will be in the future, right? So those folks who they're not quite ready to book a consult with you, not quite ready to give you a call, but they're certainly looking to gather more information, looking to get some of their questions answered. And with lead magnet landing pages like this one, we use a thank you page that then moves them along and sort of suggests a one-to-one appointment, a one-to-one conversation. So here's a look at the thank you page that we use. You can take this and use it just as is. But this is the thank you page, after the lead magnet is delivered. And then on an ongoing basis, the follow-up, we follow up with a comprehensive automated email drip nurturing sequence, which keeps you top of mind with the undecided, really showcases your expertise, conveys your caring, shows you're ready to help when those prospects are ready to hire an attorney. Obviously, you're the one that's top of mind. And here's a look at some of the booklets we include in our nurturing sequences. So the automated sequences, prospect nurturing sequences that are included in our Marketing Amplifier program, they're quite comprehensive. So we have them built out for weekly sends for up to 6 months. And most of the email content itself is linked to lengthy branded booklets. I'm telling you all this because what we provide works, of course, but yours doesn't need to be that comprehensive, right? Start somewhere, start with a small series, maybe 3 to 5 emails at least, and get started. That's really the biggest hurdle that I see sometimes in automating your communication, especially with that kind of low-hanging fruit of prospective clients who have inquired but just didn't sign up right away. How can you fill that gap automatically? How can you fill that gap in a non-manual way? And the educational, non-salesy, as comprehensive as you can make it, email drip nurturing sequence is absolutely the best way to do that. So often I talk to attorneys who really just ignore those folks who don't sign up right away. Those can be, in many, many cases, there's huge opportunity there. You just have to automate that communication and make that content of high value, right? Okay, so moving along to sequences that will impress and reassure new clients. So now we're talking about automated sequences geared toward your new client. So your selling doesn't stop when you sign a new client. It merely sort of morphs, it changes forms, right? So that ongoing selling, it's really even more important when there's a time gap between retention and when the visible product is seen, right? So when your client actually can see the work that you're doing, you're hard at work on their case. They don't always know that, right? So to bring that transparency, to fill that gap with automated communication, automated content can really help almost combat buyer's remorse in a way, right? So you want to create that super important positive first impression, and you don't want your brand new clients to start rethinking, oh, was this really the best decision, right? Did I pull the trigger, at the right time, or should I have waited? Or, you want them to understand the process. You want to educate them. An educated client is a better client. you know that, right? So the best way to take that off of your plate and not be a burden on you or your staff is to automate and add those new clients, every single new client, into a welcome sequence and a reassurance sequence. So delivering a positive customer experience, it's really the easiest and really the most effective way to grow your practice over the long haul. But it's hard for consumers to judge the quality of your lawyering sometimes, right? But they can certainly evaluate and talk about how they were treated. So just remember that, they remember how they were treated. So letting new clients wonder whether they made the right choice while they wait to see some evidence that your office is doing any work, that's the wrong way to start that new relationship. So let me show you, whoops. On the screen now, we recommend starting the new client series with some sort of wow welcome package, right? So kind of the same wow approach that you take with prospects, do the same with a welcome kit. Ours includes a book, branded, 2 branded booklets, a practice brochure, a cover letter, all are educational. We then follow with the reassurance sequence, like I was talking about, explains what lies ahead, what will be expected of them, what they can expect from you and your firm, and you know, what work is being done sort of behind the scene, combating that buyer's remorse between sign up and service delivery, you know, and that's really kind of the gap that you're filling with that automated sequence. Okay, let's move along. Moving right through that kind of client life cycle to past clients. So past client touches for feedback, for reviews, and of course, staying top of mind for referrals. Gain more value from your past clients by first giving and then asking. So how can you give? You can give educational, helpful booklets. You can give newsletters. Asking, then once you've provided the value, you can ask for feedback. You can ask for online reviews. Certainly, you can ask for referrals. Past clients can really give your practice a major boost, but simply asking won't generate near as much sort of helpful assistance as first giving and then asking. Our experience is that few law firms even bother asking, so we recommend using an automated approach. Can you see automation is certainly the common thread in this presentation. So sample here, information that is helpful after the matter is concluded. That's the type of content that you should be providing your past clients, right? And it will be valued. It'll certainly be appreciated by those past clients. We found money-oriented pieces to have broad appeal. You're now looking at some samples of our monthly newsletters, but for staying top of mind and of course, thus referable, it's hard to beat a monthly newsletter. Digital newsletters can be super affordable. If you have the budget and you'd like to print and postally mail monthly newsletters, you know, that's great as well. In our newsletters, we like to provide information kind of about smarter living, along with some other softer pieces like seasonal articles and recipes. The whole point is you don't want your newsletters to be 100% law focused. You don't want people's eyes to sort of glaze over when they're reading these newsletters. So it's important to provide a nice variety of content, right? Okay. So moving along, we recommend you begin your asks with a short feedback survey. So you'll see on the screen, feel free, and again, you'll get these slides, but feel free to use this as is or, you know, adapt it for your firm. But start with a short feedback survey. You know, you may have some sort of aggravating aspects to your service delivery that you're unaware of. And the feedback survey certainly makes it easy to kind of address any complaints. So here's the survey that we use. And then ask for review requests, ask for online reviews. So here's the email that we have found to be very, very effective. It's super simple, super short, direct to the point. That's by design. We figured that, you know, we were kind of making, at first this review request email was a bit longer, it was a bit softer. Here you'll see, hi there, it was a pleasure working with you on your case. Can you take a minute to help us learn more about how we did? Please review our firm on Google at the link below. We appreciate your feedback. Big write a review link button. Thank you for your loyalty, Wells Law Group. So honestly use this template exactly, and you will generate multiple positive reviews for your firm very, very quickly. And again, this needs to be part of your automated process. So going back to the review email, this just needs to be another step that automatically occurs. You wrap the case, you send the feedback survey, you ask for online reviews, and it's not something that you have to manually send or manually, you know, really remember to do. Fewer points of failure. Okay, let's keep it rolling. So effective email outreach to prospective referral partners. So use our proven approach to gain new professional referral partners. So we've set more than 1,000 appointments for lawyers with local professionals interested in discussing a referral relationship. And we've really boiled down our process to the most kind of its most effective core. And the process we use, it's straightforward. It requires little lawyer time, especially at its onset. But you'll need to obviously personally, you know, nurture the new relationship. So we currently calendar about 50 appointments a month with professionals interested in discussing a referral relationship. And we do this with a combination of calls and emails. we really do know what works here. So here's how it works. First, setting appointments. Create a list of local professionals, call but don't expect to connect, obtain or confirm email address, and then most appointments result from callbacks. So our target lists of 50 potential referral sources generally consist of 2/3 attorneys, 1/3 allied professionals like chiropractors, medical professionals, depending on obviously the type of practice that you run. What are those what are those categories of allied professionals who you feel would commonly come across the type of clients that you're looking for? So a typical call with a gatekeeper will say, I'm calling on behalf of attorney Jill Smith. She's interested in discussing a potential referral relationship with John Jones. May I have Mr. Jones' email so we can send an explanatory email? Thank you. Can you transfer me to Mr. Jones or his voicemail? It's really not important to reach Mr. Jones live. It's not, we found that pretty quickly. What works is actually conveying the interest in having the 15-minute call and having access to calendars for each party. So a firm appointment date can be scheduled, the digital calendar can be set up and provide automatic reminders to both parties, make sure the appointment isn't missed. But the only attorney time needed at this stage is participation in that actual, in the 15-minute call, right? And then to steadily grow your referral network, we recommend 1 to 2 calls per month with prospective referral partners. That's a really good frequency. And then the second part, cultivating these new relationships, right? So you have spent the time, the energy, the effort to meet these new potential referral sources, but what about nurturing these new relationships? So start with gives. We offer a brand, to brand consumer booklets in the referral partner's name and provide some print copies, but we also send, some marketing help. Stay top of mind. So every month we send a newsletter, alternating kind of between a traditional branded newsletter and a professional marketing newsletter, right? So this is a newsletter that we're not talking about the past client newsletter. This is a newsletter that's geared specifically toward professionals. The content of this newsletter will certainly help your professionals, your referral sources to grow and grow their own firm, grow their own practice. And then provide status updates. So in addition to acknowledging every referred client, those periodic status reports, should be sent along with a summary of the ultimate outcome, meaning, you reassure the referral partner that the client they sent to you is being treated as a VIP, is, getting the best service possible. And here is sort of the status of the, of the case. Okay, so like I said, so keeping a referral relationship, keeping a referral relationship balanced is really, can be a bit of a challenge, right? So certainly if you don't always feel like you have a reciprocal referral, it can be a challenge. And you don't always, I get that question all the time. You don't always have to, it doesn't have to be a one-for-one relationship. You don't always have to provide the chiropractor referral every time they send someone your way, but you do need to provide ongoing value if it's going to be a long-term relationship. So again, providing the valuable newsletters, that's really, really a great way to do it. So really quick, before I hand it off to Nataliya and before we get to your questions, we know many attorneys don't have the content, the time, or really the technical expertise to implement these marketing and automation improvements. So we have an affordable program that includes everything we discussed today, plus much more. So in our marketing amplifier system, we include content, videos, follow-up, and referrals. So reach out to me if you're interested in learning more, but I would really love to turn it over to Nataliya now. I'm really excited about her presentation. So let me go ahead and do that. Nataliya, can you share your screen? Perhaps I need to stop sharing mine.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to start the screen share now, and you hopefully will be able to see my screen.
We can see, yep, the power of automation.
Wonderful. Yep. Fantastic. Well, thank you for having me this afternoon, Kara. Thank you. I happy to be part of this presentation. I apologize about the video. Technology can be tricky sometimes, but what
I did just make you the host. You should be able to start your video now. But maybe not.
Let's try it one more time. I really wanted to try to get it working. You know what?
No, maybe not.
I think we'll just have to go with it. Okay, well, we'll do it without a video. But thank you for being here. My name is Nataliya Blidy. I am the business development here at SmartAdvocate. So what I wanted to do today in my time in this presentation is to focus on automation and power of automating in the legal case management world, because that's what we do here in SmartAdvocate. So why use automation, and what does law office automation mean these days, and why is it getting so much attention? For about 2 decades now, law firms automation has been data management, information transfer, and communication with the client, all of the related tasks that are done accurately and efficiently, so then the firms can focus on the functions that truly add value to clients. So whether you are currently using the case management system or not, it is important to have the tools that not only help you organize your data, but also save you time. And save time entering new data, looking for information, as well as allowing for easy client communication that leads to client satisfaction, which we talked about, and we'll talk a little bit more. So let's consider a simple example, a creation of a standard pleading. Your firm files it case after the case. You can have a staff member pull up the past pleading and then use it as a template, and then fill in the blanks in the word processing program that you use. But how long does it take to look up the information, to insert that information, versus using the automated process that will put merge codes and import information right from the file? So that brings me to one of the first important points of automation, which is efficiency. The most frequent rationale for automation is to save time. But how much time does it save? And how do we calculate the saved time? And what does it mean for your firm? It's actually easy to underestimate the value of the time that you save, because most common tasks that can be automated do not actually take long time to accomplish manually. For example, I'll take one example. If I'm sending an email to a client with a court date, it might take a minute or two, in addition to a time that I need to pull up the contact information and such. While those few minutes doesn't seem critical, but when you multiply them by number of very short informational emails you send across the day, or a case, or even a year, those minutes do add up. And the same thing going back to the document. That difference between merging information into a document and filling in the blanks in the template. Your paralegal that gets paid $30 an hour will take 20 minutes to look up the information, type it into a template. But it only takes 2 seconds to merge that information into the same document with a program. It might not sound like much, but how many pleadings does a busy paralegal generate during a day, during a pay period, actually? If they're creating even just 5 pleadings a day, nearly a quarter of their salary is paying for wasted time. Even 1 pleadings per day, that's roughly $45 per week, or about $2,000 a year, that could be saved by using a good document management system. And that is just 1 document type and just 1 employee. And basically, you can use this type of calculation not just for documents, but for any task that can be automated. While most law firms and attorneys recognize that automation will save time and money and effort, many have not realized that the most important point for many processes, automation is not just faster, but it actually substantially reduces the risk of human error. Despite the care that attorneys and well-trained law office staff take with client documents and pleadings, mistakes often happen, and often enough. Actually, data published that roughly 5 out of top 21 causes of legal malpractice claims in the United States involve clerical errors. mathematical errors, calendar mistakes, missed deadlines. So each manual transfer of data from one source to another creates an opportunity for an error. Every manual operation is an opportunity for an error. And the more task is repeated, the greater that opportunity for error. Well, good staff, of course, these errors would be kept to a minimum, but mistakes unfortunately do happen, and sometimes consequences can be serious. So automation has an ability to guarantee that completion of those menial tasks with no error, and with the ability to set those triggers for when these tasks are completed. Like for example, exporting the data from file to documents. Again, once more, it eliminates the opportunity for typos or just omitted information. The automatic population of events, critical deadlines to calendar, automated reminders can help avoid missed deadlines. And then again, automated follow-ups ensures that important information doesn't slip through the cracks. So the more advanced the law firm's technological solutions are, and the better integrated its system, the fewer occasions that the law firm will have to re-enter data manually or calculate deadlines manually, statute of limitations, and other critical dates. The automation altogether will guarantee the completion of your tasks to the standards that you specify. And a strong foundation built around automated case management tasks make relentless accuracy the norm. And client satisfaction. Of course, as Kara mentioned, that you can be hard at work on the client's case, but your client doesn't know that. So you have to have tools to stay in touch with the client. And client satisfaction will impact your practice in many, many ways, which includes the likelihood of repeat business, referrals from that client, of course, and of course the efficiency with which you work with the client too. And for most plaintiffs' attorneys, client communication always presents a challenge. Consumer lawyers always know that keeping in touch with the client is a key to client satisfaction, and then disciplinary complaints and malpractice claims often grow out of communication breakdowns. So client satisfaction means positive engagement and growth for your firm. Your client's experience can be efficiently increased via automation. Let's take a look at a few ways. Ability to give clients instant access to their case information. We have Client Portal in SmartAdvocate, which includes documents on their cases, calendars, notes, and more. This will also free up your staff's time for other responsibility, which makes them efficient. Also, automatic updates to let the client know how the case is progressing. They could be done automatically without involving your staff into sending messages and taking the minutes to type those emails or texts. And of course, reminders of court dates, deadlines, and other critical information that you want. And of course, satisfied clients are critical, but your bottom line also depends on the balance. Your attorney also needs to work with new clients, and nurturing this positive attorney-client experience required careful attention. That careful attention and automation assures that more of this follow-up will be done without with a minimal time commitment, and a client will be able to get the information at their fingertips. And of course, if you are not automating those everyday tasks, follow-ups, your competition is certainly automating. Features like automated procedures, work plans, client portal, once again, more, they're all a must-have for any case management system. The days of piecemeal assembly of law office are definitely gone. Actually, Legal Tech News acknowledged the many well-known advantages of document automation. And actually, they cited a prediction that by 2023, about 33% of in-house legal departments will retain a legal technology expert who will maintain the main role, will be supporting automation and in-house workflows. So basically, the legal industry is further along the line with regard to document automation now. So if you are not automating your documents, you're already behind the curve. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve, start thinking automated procedures and your workflows. And this brings me to a need to have a good case management solution. And a case management system that will integrate with existing tools to automate your law firm, such as your email, Microsoft Office. It will increase the efficiency and minimize those opportunities for error. It will ensure that all of your information relating to a case or client is stored in one place, and it's easily retrievable and entirely consistent. And imagine the system in which you can routine emails completely automatically generated. Repetitive pleadings are created through instant merge functions. Scanned documents automatically attach themselves to an appropriate case file. You actually don't need to imagine this. You simply need to implement this. So I wanted to give you a few ideas about what we do. SmartAdvocate is a web-based, fully integrated case management system. It actually was originally designed for personal injury and mass tort litigation practices. It's now used by a wide range of litigation firms. We have roughly 500 firms, over 10,000 legal professionals, and actually almost all 50 states, as well as Canada and Australia. We have roughly 50 employees. Most of them are developers. And you'll find SmartAdvocate loaded with features, capabilities, and reports to increase the efficiency and improve productivity, which also means greater profitability. So what are the must-haves or top features that will increase that staff productivity and client satisfaction? Well, automation. So let's look at a few other examples. Templates. If you're not using templates, and I'm not talking just about document templates, I'm talking about email templates, task templates, text templates. If you're not using those, you have to start now. Having those predefined templates in the system can save you a great deal of time, day-to-day operations. Send an email, send in text, even setting up the task. Think about all the time spent by not copying and pasting information from one place to another. And again, reduces the human error, typos, and so forth. So in SmartAdvocate, you'll find it's a template-rich system. We have templates for almost everything. We have ability to create document templates, email templates, text templates, notes, appointments, and even task templates. And perhaps the greatest time-saving features is actually to have an ability to use those predefined templates for mass communication, for mass email. Let's say send in a mass email to all of your clients, or send in mass text, or mass document generation. Send in a mass text to all of your treating clients, asking if they had any new treatments or any new diagnosis. So having a good template will help with that. And mobile app is actually another efficient functionality for any law firm to have. And yes, with most modern systems, you can log in with a browser, but having an app at your fingertips is much faster than logging in to a system. And it actually makes me happy to hear our clients telling me that, you know what, I was in court and I could pull up the document on so-and-so case. I could get case information. I could open the document. I can see my calendar, access all of the notes in the case file and all of the contacts, and it updates in real time. You can also have access on the iPad, which also incorporates our intake module. So you can perhaps send an investigator and enter lead information right there on the app, which updates in real time. And here, this is actually on my slide is an example of SmartAdvocate on the iPad. Let's move along. Actually, one of the most important points to remember when choosing the system, because very often I get asked during a demo, well, where do I start? How do I pick the system? I just started. So this is one of the important points to remember. It's actually to ask whether you will need a third-party program for your system. So a third party for document management, for intake, for reporting. So that's important to ask of any case management system. And actually, intake is a good example of this. And I have our SmartAdvocate intake right up on the screen. So with some systems, you'll have to go out and get intake to integrate with your existing system. which can create potential issues with the connectivity, data transfer, and so forth. Well, our system comes with built-in intake module. It, of course, comes with document management that's robust as well, and full reporting. But let's go back to intake. With the intake, you will not need to buy another third-party system with SmartAdvocate. It's actually very powerful. It's very easy to use. It has everything that your intake department will need. Very easy navigation. It does conflict check, automatic SOL calculation. And you can have your customized questionnaire feed into the intake with required fields, conditional questions, which is important, I know, answer score into, and a quick injury selection. And then you could merge this information into fillable PDF or Word document. And you can take any different case type and you could create different custom fields to customize that case type. So you could generate those documents. And of course, work plans and automated procedures is what really takes automation to a new level. And I wanted to just briefly talk about work plans and automated procedures as we have them in our system. So let's talk about work plans for a brief moment. What you see is an example of the work plan that we have in our system. And I love it for a very simple reason. You can actually automate just most case-related routine processes, all of your tasks. And it's not just a checklist of tasks, but you could build in the decision-making points here. Critical deadlines. You could build in those critical deadlines within the work plan, and also appointments that can be inserted into this work plan. You can generate a document such as case opening pack. I can insert this document into a task and it will be generated automatically as soon as new case is created, or set a work plan to, let's say, automatically change the status of the case based on completion of a certain task. That saves a lot of time. There are many more examples where work plans can be used. You can use work plans, they could be based on the case type, or you can create work plans for specific stages like pre-litigation or litigation, settlement. And you could make them as complex or as easy as you would like. And then just briefly on automated procedures. That actually takes automation to a new level. I love it as well. And I like to call it a workflow light, or maybe like a shortcut to work plans, because they're very easy to set up for anyone. You could select a number of different parameters. For example, let's say you get a retainer into the office and it's recorded in SmartAdvocate, it was received. You can have automated procedures, send the client thank you letter automatically without having the paralegal send it. Think about that time save. And let's say you're waiting for retainer to come back. You can have the same automated procedure. Let's say day one, you sent out the email. Just wanted to let you know your retainer went out yesterday. Let's say day three, you can send a text message. Have any questions about our retainer? Then day four, you can have another message or combination of email and the text message. And you can have all those repeated attempts to contact the clients as part of this procedure, and it can go on as long as you want it to go. Or remember that mass update for a client about any new treatments or diagnosis? You could actually automate it. You can set up the rule that, you know what, for all of my treating clients, just send a monthly text automatically, so I don't have to even think about it. And again, the beauty of the automated procedures, it's very easy to set up. You can enable it and disable it anytime you need to. And then just a little bit about Client Portal, and I think we're all pretty much done. So Client Portal, it's an amazing feature. It gives your clients secure, real access to the progress of their cases, and it actually results in fewer calls to your office. A lot of our clients love using Client Portal for that reason. So actually, what do clients see when they log into Client Portal? They'll see their case dashboard. They'll see the access to their case calendar. They'll see the messages that you choose to share with them. Same thing with documents, contact information for the team. So the SmartAdvocate Client Portal will allow your client to send you messages and also securely upload the documents that they receive and need to get back to the law firm. They could just drag and drop, let's say the HIPAA authorization or any new medical records that they received. They could upload it in the Client Portal, and it will be uploaded into your system. And you have a document you want client to see, you can easily share it in the Client Portal, and the client will get an alert too. They could go anytime to see where the case is at, what's happening on their cases. And the beauty of it is also the only thing that goes to the portal are the items that your office want the client to see. So you have a total flexibility on your end, and clients can see calendars so they get reminded about upcoming appointments on the client portal. And then again, you connect with your clients without spending your staff time. And of course, e-signature is a very, very popular addition, especially during COVID times. You can have the documents e-signed easily in our system. You can send those documents via email or text. You can get those retainers signed in minutes, even seconds. Signed retainers are automatically will get uploaded into the case file. And we partner, on another note, we partner with over 100 vendors to actually give our clients better experience. A few examples like record retrieval and deliver integration, case creation integration. You could save countless times of clicking from one portal to another, getting the data, uploading the documents, as opposed to just working all in one place in all integrated case management system. That's what I like. And of course, good reporting will help keeping your practice efficient. Activity tracking, productivity, various productivity reports, other tech tools will help the law firm monitor staff performance, for example. It will also offer opportunity to provide additional guidance to certain staff member, maybe shift responsibilities within the firm. So there are a lot of reports and dashboards. Our SmartAdvocate actually has over 60 dashboards and reports that are customizable to define the data that you need to see. And I think I am mostly done. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me as well. My direct number is here, and my email is attached as well. And
thanks, Nataliya. Great stuff. So
thank you, Kara.
There are a few questions. So for you specifically, so they say, if I'm already using a practice management system, how difficult would it be to move to SmartAdvocate, timing wise, etc.?
That's a very good question and often asked question. So in SmartAdvocate, we've done conversions from all major systems, and typical conversion, it's still a process. However, we streamline it, and typical conversion goes hand in hand with an administrative training, which will give a client an opportunity to revise their processes, or maybe set up those automation when they switch systems. So typically it could be done very quickly. We've done conversions from few days onboarding to any time up to 5 or 6 months, depending on how well the firm wants to take the setup. So that's a typical time frame.
Good. Another question, how much does SmartAdvocate cost?
So we have a different pricing structure. We offer SmartAdvocate in the cloud, and we also offer SmartAdvocate as a server installation. So the server pricing will be a typically one-time cost that's associated with buying the system versus subscription fees that will be paid typically annually. I can always send out typical pricing. For example, for cloud platform, it will be somewhere around $99 per month per user, which of course includes all those various things which we talked about, intake, document management. So that already comes as part of our system. So there is no upcharge on that. And also technical support comes as part of the system as well. But of course, feel free to reach out and I could give you an individual quote.
Good. Another one, I think you touched on this, but she asked, is SmartAdvocate only for personal injury firms? I run a small family law practice and have been shopping around for a system.
So historically, we started as a personal injury software and mass tort software. We do have a lot of firms, different litigation firms, including family law. So give me a call. I would definitely be happy to give you a tour of the system and see how it would be set up for family law practice.
Great. I think this is a question more geared toward me. It says, is there a way to automate the prospect email campaigns without a CRM? So Obviously, Nataliya went into some specifics on kind of setting up some automated drip nurturing sequences. Any basic email marketing software typically, includes auto drip sequence, functionality. So MailChimp, Constant Contact, those are some really low cost, easy to use options. But I think this question brings up a really good point of you have to set up those autoresponders. You have to set up this content in an automated, sent automatically sequence so that you're not trying to manually manage all of these one-off emails for, every prospect, every new client, every past client, every referral source. So it does take some time, of course, to set up and write all of this content. But really, once you do it once, you can use these campaigns really for years with, very little, kind of tweaking. And of course, if you don't have time to write the content, everything is included in our automated marketing amplifier system as well. So, you can certainly use your CRM, you can certainly use your practice management system or a basic email marketing platform as well. And then someone asked, who should get my newsletter? Only past clients. Really, your kind of consumer-facing newsletter should be sent to anyone that you want to stay top of mind with. So even if it's not someone that you've actually, helped with their case in the past, add them to your contact list and send out that newsletter on a monthly basis if you can to your full list. As I mentioned in the presentation, it's ideal to have a separate newsletter that's geared toward your referral sources. So you have a past client and other contact consumer-facing newsletter, help you stay top of mind for referral purposes, and then a professional style newsletter to help your referral partners really grow their own firm, grow their own business. In what practice areas do you include your marketing amplifier system? So since it is so content heavy, you gain access to our massive library of branded consumer books and booklets. It does take our team of in-house attorney editors some time to build out the full program in a new area. So currently we offer the program in personal injury, family law, estate planning, bankruptcy, criminal defense / DUI, business litigation, as well as social security disability. So we're always building out in other areas, but those are the seven core specialties. Let me see if I can share my screen real quick. Okay, so just real quick on my end, our marketing amplifier system is fully integrated. It's complete, comprehensive. Everything is included for $6.95 a month. We ask for a 3-month commitment. If you're interested in learning more, feel free to reach out to me. But ask any other questions. Those are some good ones. I don't see anything else coming in right now. Okay, Nataliya, thank you so much for joining us. So much good stuff today. Reach out to Nataliya. Yeah, make sure you reach out to Nataliya if you're interested in SmartAdvocate, and we will be in touch. So thank you so much. Have a great day. See you guys next time.